Hey YouTube, I'm the guy that hates Tuesdays, and this is the prologue of a story I've been working on for about 3, maybe 4 years now. The title is Nightwatch. I hope I'll find some fitting music, and I suggest you get comfortable. I'm going to make this video series, so if you enjoy this, do let me know. Let's get started with the prologue of Nightwatch. Prologue. The moon shined bright as ever on the forest below. Quiet, calm, on the surface at least. A roar of pure bestial fury rang through the night. For a month it rained. That time had run out now. A crossbow bolt flew through the cold air, the size of a small hound. A screech came in return. On your feet. The day has not yet been won. A sharp voice yelled. I got it. Another came. Where'd it go? A woman that time. The silence had returned as the four regrouped within the small clearing. Backs against each other. It's not over yet, the first voice demanded. He was tall, his coat thick, leathery. Upon his shoulders sat the insignia, that of the Nightwatch. How's this thing still going? The one who had fired the bolt mumbled. He wore not the same coat, and instead a short cape covering his shoulder bared the same insignia. Is not a werewolf? That's how, the woman said, her blue eyes watching the trees surrounding their position with the care of an experienced hunter. Shh, the fourth said. She was shorter, the quiet of the four. Together they stood, different yet united. A snarl echoed past, a branch snapping. All of them turned as the thing dropped from the tree. It hadn't been prepared for how hard climbing is with a fatal wound. This is our chance. Strike! His sword shined in the dim light as he leapt towards the beast. Maybe it'd been human once, but the greyish skin at the near 3-meter height it had grown to spoke to differ. The great sword flew towards it. A disgusting claw mirroring the shape of a human hand came in return, grabbing the blade and pulling. He flew past it as it flung him into a tree. Another crossbow bolt just barely missed its head. It snarled. Surrounded, he commanded. Once he'd regained his footing, a pair of daggers flew through the air, hitting his arm from one side. It turned towards the quiet one. That was all the time the other woman needed to lunge at its back, her short sword bursting through its gut. It groaned in pain as it attempted to turn, but the poison kicked in now. The daggers did their job, and to the dirt it fell. There it was, their first actual hunt, their prize, a success. You all performed as expected of you, he said. David, 15 years of this behind his scars, another rumor killed, but the hunt always went on. So, does that mean we finally make the cut? I mean, that we're actually, the younger man said, his crossbow left by the door, Martin. 3 coats like the one David wore was plopped onto the table, each varying a bit in size and measurements, but they would fit their now owners perfectly. Indeed, you're now considered members of the Nightwatch. Welcome, hunters. Something resembling a smile crossed David's face as the 3 of them looked at their coats. And it only took us a month, the blonde woman with the blue eyes said. She was from somewhere else. She always surprising with what skill lied behind her seemingly inexperienced exterior. Adaria. She looked to her smaller female companion, Sarah. Hold on. This coat has pockets and straps for all my stuff on the inside, she mumbled, taking a dagger from the interior of her own and placing it within her new one. It fit perfectly. The watch keeps its people where they're comfortable. You will grow to learn things such as this with a little time, David explained. Silence came to the room as they all looked at their new uniforms. The realization setting in. They were a part of it now, not just a conscript trying to prove themselves. The question came though, what now? You'll have to keep that kind of work up if you are to meet with him. But I don't doubt you'll manage. seeing as you're the only three who actually made it this far from your bunch usually means something. They now looked at each other. Had it really been a month already? That was the prologue to my story, Nightwatch. It currently has about 13 chapters, most of which are much longer than that. But if you enjoyed that, do let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, also hit me up on Discord if you have a good voice for one of the characters. Uh, I'll try to make these. Yeah.